Y'all, we're making tots, but these ain't taters. Come on. Welcome to Highfalutin Low Carb, the almost weekly web series where we find and test the best low carb recipes this crazy internet has to offer. Today, we're tackling tots. Veggie tots, Cauli tots, broccoli tots. Let's get started. All right, guys, Veggie Tots. This is obviously supposed to be probably some sort of a replacement for what we, at least here in the United States, know as a tater tot, shaved up little pieces of potato formed into a little tiny barrel and deep fried and crispy and delicious. So a lot of different companies have put out commercial Veggie Tots, cauliflower tots, broccoli tots, but if you will check the ingredients list and the carb count on those, a lot of them have a lot of not low carb friendly ingredients, so they often have as many carbs as some of them as the regular potato tots. So today we're going to be testing two different recipes. One of them is a broccoli option and one of them is a cauliflower option. The first recipe is the low carb broccoli and coconut flour tots, and that's by the website sweetashoney.co. And our second recipe is the best low carb cauliflower tots recipe, and this is by thatlowcarblife.com. Now, before we begin, I want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Thrive Market. Thrive Market is an online marketplace on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everybody. You can shop for thousands of name brand products on their website. They've got baby products, kid products, supplements, food, snacks, home goods, whatever you want to search for, you can search by the values that matter most to you. Now, for us folks and you guys, it's probably going to be low carb and keto. We're going to be searching the catalog by that, but you can, whether it's raw, vegan, non-GMO, whatever it is, you can search their catalog by the values that matter most to you. Now, like a lot of big box discount stores, there is a membership fee to join Thrive Market, but what's nice is you've got a couple of options. You can do a 1-month membership if you just want to see if it's going to work for you, or you can do what I do and do the 1-year membership. That gets the price down to about $5 a month, and I know I'm going to at least save that much throughout the month. In fact, most Thrive Market members save about $32 per order, so you know you're going to make that up. They also have a happiness guarantee. If in the first 30 days, if you do the 1-year membership, in the first 30 days, if you don't like it, you can get your money back. They also have a happiness guarantee at the end of the year. If you don't save as much as the membership costs, they'll actually refund you the difference of that. So right now, Thrive Market is offering you guys a great opportunity. Use the link down here on the screen and in the video description below. It's thrivemarket.com/highfalutin low carb. So Thrive Market, thank you so much for sponsoring this video. It's sponsorships like yours that keep channels like mine on the air, and for that I am truly appreciative. So guys, if you want to support me, go support them. Use the link down below and join Thrive Market. Get 25% off your first order and a free gift. All right, let's go make some tots. Come on. All right, guys, let's get started on our first recipe. Like I said, this is the low-carb broccoli tater tots with coconut flour, and this is by the website sweetashoney.co. So if you'll take a look at what we've got here, I have gone ahead and pulverized some of this, the broccoli. This was just broccoli florets, and I needed to make sure that I had exactly how much she called for, so I went ahead and did that and then measured it out. And it was a little bit more than I was thinking it would have been. And this is going to tax my food processor quite a bit. So this goes pretty fast. There's just a couple of ingredients. So this is our broccoli. You've got about 2.5 cups of prepared broccoli. And you're going to add in 4 eggs. We're also going to add in, this is what she's using as a binder. This is coconut flour. And y'all know I would normally say sift, y'all, sift your flour, but this is going to spend a long time in this food processor, so we're just going to leave it be. And to that, we're going to add in some grated cheese. I chose cheddar. She didn't specify, it just said grated cheese. And this is where some of the carbs are going to come from. And this is a whole onion, a whole white onion. And that seems an awfully carby to me, but maybe that's needed to hold it together. I'm not sure. Woo, this big boy is going to be full, y'all. All right, get out of the way. And now she didn't say how much. She just said to season with salt and pepper. So let me do that real quick. And All right. Now, it's as simple as pulverizing this in this food processor. I'm gonna have to come in and kind of probably knock the sides down a little bit, but she says to pulse this on low speed for 1 minute. I have a Cuisinart, just a classic Cuisinart. It only has one speed, go. And so we're gonna go, and I'll just check it and see if it really needs the full minute. So I'll meet you right back here, just a second. Okay, so it took a little coaxing. I did have to kind of keep pushing it and stirring it around, and it did. I left it on for about a minute in total, and so it looks really interesting. So I'm just going to take this, put it in a separate bowl. All right, so with impeccably clean hands, I do have a Band-Aid and a boo-boo, so sorry, I should be wearing a glove, but I couldn't find any. So anyway, I'm the only one gonna be eating these anyway. So I'm gonna use a scoop like this. This might be too large. I'm supposed to get about 50 tots out of this, and this is just gonna be tedious. And this is probably where if you got kiddos in the house, this would be a great way to get them involved. So let's see how much of this, it's soft, it's wet. So that's going to be pretty big. That scoop is about 1.5 tablespoons, I think. And then we're just going to lay these out gently. That's a big old tot. So maybe, let me try with a tablespoon. I'm going to swap out and use a tablespoon measuring spoon. Get out of there. And this might be, boy, it's wetter than I thought it would be with all that coconut flour in it. But that onion, yeah, that's probably more the size. So I'm gonna ditch that guy. And so I'm just gonna make up just a tray of these, and then I'll cook these off. So hold on 1 second. I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch. Okay, so we've got enough here for us to at least try. So these are gonna bake for about 15 to 20 minutes or until crispy. She didn't mention turning them over. They're gonna go in a preheated 375-degree oven. These are a lot wetter than I was expecting. And I, like you, am curious if this is gonna taste like coconut. I don't mind the taste of coconut. I just don't know if I want it in a tot. So we're gonna find out, and I know the question everybody's gonna ask is, can I use almond flour instead of coconut flour? And someone asked her that in the comment section of her blog, and she said that she's tried it before and it didn't hold up as well as the coconut flour. So take that as you will. So in the oven this goes. I'll meet you back here in just a bit, and we're going to do it a little bit differently this time. I'm going to taste these right now, right when they come out of the oven, rather than waiting at the end after we make the others, because tots need to be crispy and hot to get an accurate assessment of it, I think. So in these go. I'll meet you back here in just a bit. All right, guys, I'm back, and these have been in the oven. It took almost 25 minutes for these, and about at the 20-minute mark, I did flip them over because, as you can see, they were getting brown really on the bottom, but the tops were still soft. So they have literally just come out of the oven and are pretty warm. But while they're cool for just a second, let's talk about nutrition, because I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna taste these now, so right when they're fresh. So this is the low-carb broccoli tater tots recipe by the website sweetashoney.co. And I misspoke earlier. It's not 50 tots that you should get out. It makes about 40 tots, 4 servings. So 10 tots would be a serving. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that would be a serving. If you get 40 tots, 1 serving of it, it's 242 calories. You've got 14 grams of fat, 15 grams of protein, 15 total carbohydrates, 7 grams of fiber, for a total of 8 grams of net carbs. So maybe, you know, as a side, that may fall in the low carb world side of things, and to her defense, that's what she calls them. If you wanted to sort of maybe lighten this up a little bit, I don't see any reason why you couldn't just knock that whole onion down to about 1/4 of an onion. You might have to adjust a little bit of the coconut flour, but I think you could get this a little bit lower. So the question is, what do they taste like? So They're not as, I mean, there's some, I mean, it's not really like a super crispy like it's been fried. And I know people are going to say, can I make them in the air fryer? I'm sure you can, but you would have to be real clever because it's so watery. You would have to almost do it in a pan. So there's the texture. They're smoking hot. So does it taste like coconuts? Surprisingly, no. Okay. They're soft inside. They are pillowy. It's almost a bread-like texture, kind of. There's so much onion in it that is the dominant flavor, even over the broccoli. Also, that is what's covering up probably the taste of the coconut. But I ain't mad at it. With some ketchup or dip, probably pretty good. Boy, the onion's strong. So anyway, there you go. I'm going to give you my thoughts on both of them after we taste the second recipe, which we're going to start right now. All right, guys, so let's get started on our second recipe. This is going to go very quickly. This is pretty simple. This is the best low-carb cauliflower tots recipe by the website thatlowcarblife.com. You guys know I don't give exact measurements here. If you're new, you probably don't know that. But these aren't my recipes. I'm just here to test them. The people that did do the work, they deserve the traffic. So be sure to visit them at the links here on the screen or in the video description below to get exact measurements and instructions for all of these recipes. Now, she starts with steam in bag cauliflower, and you can see the steam coming off of it. It is hot because she wants this warm to melt some of the ingredients, the cheese and such. So this is a 10-ounce bag, I will tell you that, of riced cauliflower that has been cooked, and then she says to drain it well. Someone asked if that means squeezing it out. She said she tips the bag over and just lets as much water run out as you can. So that's what I've done here. All right, so to this, we're going to add a few things. And again, you'll see some familiar faces here. This is some grated Parmesan cheese, and this is not from the bottle. This is actual grated off of a block. Grated cheddar cheese, and an egg, just one. Get out of the way. Our old friend, the coconut flour. Again, here he is showing his face again. And because we're not baking, I don't feel like we really need to sift it. And then this is onion powder, garlic powder, and some salt. So all this goes in the pool, and now we just give this a good mix. Okay, so we've got another parchment-lined baking sheet. This is a very, very different texture than the last recipe. So I'm going to, again, use a tablespoon measure. She also said use a small cookie scoop, but see, this looks like it might hold up better and look like a tot. You do have to kind of press it together. That cheese melting really would have helped. All right, so I'm going to lay a few of these out and see what we come up with. And I'll meet you back here. I'll speed this up so you don't have to watch it. All right, guys, so I've done enough of these to at least get a good idea of what they taste like. This was a much easier dough or mixture to work with. So these are gonna go in the oven, 425 degrees for 25 minutes. We're gonna, actually she said to spray them first before you put them in lightly. So this is some avocado oil spray. And then we'll flip them halfway through. So I'm gonna do all that and I'll meet you back here in just a bit, and we'll test both of these again, and I'll give you my final thoughts. See you in just a bit. All right, guys, so we're back, and these are out of the oven after 25 minutes, and boy, do they look different than our others, and they smell really good too. So let me put this here. This is hot, real hot. So let's talk about the nutrition of this. Again, this is the best low carb cauliflower tot recipe by thatlowcarblife.com. And her recipe makes 4 servings, and 1 serving is about 7 tots. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'd be a serving there. So if you make 28 of these total, 1 serving is 140 calories. You've got 15 grams of fat. You've got 15 grams of protein. You've got 7 grams of total carbs with 3 grams of fiber for a total of 4 grams of net carbs. So the first recipe was 8 net carbs for 10 tots. This is 4 net carbs for 7 tots. And I'll tell you that this was much easier to make look like, you know, a traditional tater tot than our other recipe did. I'm going to try to save some of the pretty ones for my thumbnail. I don't want to get too greedy. And let's see here. They are hot. And you can hear they're standing up pretty well to not be fried. Okay, let's break into one of these. Whew, get over plate. And oh yeah, they're tough on the outside. The inside, ooh, that's hot. Look at that. Looks pretty good though. Okay. Most importantly, what does it taste like? It's hot. Okay. I can do that. Very cheesy. Okay, guys, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised with that. With some unsweetened or sugar-free ketchup, that would be a pretty darn good potato replacement. There's just enough seasoning with the onion powder and garlic powder. The 2 kinds of cheeses really make it hold together well and give it a lot of good flavor. That kind of covers up both the cauliflower taste and there's no hint of coconut flour at all to me. So if you can't tell, I much preferred this recipe to the other one. The other one was not bad. If you like broccoli, which I do, definitely try it. I would, without a doubt, would cut that onion down about half or more, just for my personal taste, because it almost could have been called an onion tot instead of a broccoli tot. So there you go, folks. Low carb tater tots. Can it be done? Pretty convincingly. I wouldn't pass that off to somebody and tell them it was a tater tot. They'd be like, but that doesn't mean it's not good, because it certainly was. So there you go, guys. I say it all the time. These videos are a way for me to maintain my low carb way of eating, and looking in the end of that camera as often as I can helps keep me honest. So I appreciate that you have come along for the journey. I've got some very exciting news, 2 very exciting pieces of news. One of those I can tell you now because it's already out, that I've written a cookbook. It's Ketogenic Diet on a Budget. So I'll leave links to that down below for pre-order. I'm super excited about that. Comes out August 10th. And then the other piece of news you're going to hear about in the next coming weeks, you'll see. If you haven't joined me over on Facebook, I've got a Facebook page and an Instagram page where I can talk a little more frequently and more freely there. And I also need to give another huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Thrive Market. Guys, be sure to use the link down here on the screen and in the video description below. It's thrivemarket.com/highfalutin low carb. If you join today, you'll get 25% off your first order and a free gift. So thank you so much, Thrive Market, for sponsoring. I say it frequently. Sponsorships aren't why I do this, they're how I do this. So I'm truly appreciative. And lastly, I need to say thank you, as I always do, to my rock stars, my Patreon members. You're going to see their names start to scroll here on the screen. Without them, none of this would be possible. And they also knew about some of the things that are coming up, the secrets that I had. They were in on that. So if you want to join the crowd over there, be sure to go to patreon.com/highfalutin low carb and check it out. If you don't know what Patreon is, think of it as the tip jar for the internet. It allows people like you who enjoy what people like me do here on YouTube. You can give $1 or $2 a month just to sort of keep the train on the tracks, as it were. So, all right, guys, I've got a lot of new videos coming up and a huge August ahead of us. So I'm super excited. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.